Hey, everybody. Welcome and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning into another conversation and episode regarding what we're going to be talking about today. I'll be sharing about a different dynamic of my experience with the female narc slash sociopath. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to getting into it. As you can see from the title, we'll be talking about the narc's minions, or we also call them flying monkeys. And so I've got a couple of visuals that I'll be sharing with you that define what flying monkeys are. And so, um, you know, many of us have already had this experience of what flying monkeys are capable of doing. They they're just willing participants of the narc's drama, obsession with you, manipulation of you, stalking of you, and then some. And so, um, furthermore, as you'll see from my visuals, this very first visual here talks about how flying monkeys. Um, it talks about how flying monkeys are the people who enable and support a narcissist. Some will even help the narc to carry out spiteful or deceitful acts. They can be family, friends, the partner of the narc, a narc's children, for instance, a narc's colleagues, coworkers, whatever the case may be. The narc will use anyone and everyone that they easily can manipulate to further their demonic agenda and all of that. And so I've got that one visual there that defines what flying monkeys are. Then this second one here says that flying monkeys are enablers of narcs, um, and they're enablers of narcissists. And so you'll see some more details about what flying monkeys um, are and what they do here. And so moving this right along, I'm going to be getting into some visuals of my own personal flying monkey experiences and being hoovered, um, being especially hoovered by them. I've also been smeared by them publicly on uh, two of the narc's public smear campaign videos about me. And of course, I know I'm being smeared in private, could not care less. But looking at this next visual, it's an email, right? It's an email from one of the sociopath's main flying monkeys. It was sent to me about 6 weeks, 7 weeks post discard. And I'll get ready to, part of it is cut off visually. So I do apologize for that. But I will read out the key points that I want you guys to, to hear and all of that. So it starts off, it's a guy, it's a male flying monkey. And so he says, you could have handled things in a better way than leaving the way you did, which, first off, like when I got this whole email, it was just so much nonsense upon nonsense and BS upon BS. I'm just like, this can't be real life, but it is. And so don't try to make sense of it. The little bits and pieces that you guys can actually see, don't try to make sense of it because we already know what this is all about, anyways. And yeah, so he's like, you could have handled things better than leaving the way you did, which I didn't leave. The narc, gave my guy, gave him an ultimatum of, either she leaves or I leave type thing, blah, 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 whatever. And so he, was unfortunately manipulated and brainwashed into putting me out forcefully. So that's how that went. Then the flying monkeys, like ever since our last collective group conversation on voice chat, you started losing your mind and going crazy, emotionally unstable as far as your feelings go. I know you're mad at me for not saying anything, but I was a rock stuck between a hard place. And the BS goes on and on from there. You'll also see that he did hit on me a couple times. This so-called friend of my ex's, he publicly, even before my ex, would hit on me and that type of thing or whatever. And then privately, whatever, try to shoot his shot, which never worked because I don't do grimy stuff like that. And then the fool was never my type and would never I could throw up in my mouth just thinking about his attempts to hit on me over time. So nevertheless, he hit on me. You'll see that. You'll see his attempts in this email as well. Super distasteful, but whatever. And so, yeah, so this is Exhibit A. of what flying monkeys are capable of doing. And this second bit of evidence is a little bit more recent. I got this IG DM back in November of last year. So just like what, a couple months ago. And this flying monkey of hers is also one of her main minions. And he has a couple IG accounts, apparently. He has his main one, and then this secondary one that you'll see here. And so, she had this loser scumbag make a whole secondary Instagram account in order to temperature check me and, harass me, blah, blah, blah. And like pretend, of course, because it's all pretending when it comes to the flying minions, pretend that he was genuinely concerned about me. And then, of course, there's gaslighting in there as well. You guys can read. And it's like, if you have so much to do, like you've got so much going on in your life, how do you even have the time? How do you even have the time to, to do what you're doing right now? So, yeah, you guys, I mean, this is just a couple bits of evidence of what it's like to be hoovered. Hoovering, of course, is the narc's way, his or her way of aiming to suck you back into the matrix, either to, try to finish you off with a physical assault, a verbal assault, or to get you back into their matrix to manipulate you, to further siphon your soul, siphon your finance, or to re-siphon. But yeah, to further siphon your soul, your finances, and then some. So that's what hoovering is, just a way of the narc sucking you right back into their demonic matrix of activity. And yeah, so I definitely did give this particular flying monkey a piece of my mind that day. Before I hit that block, I had to give him a piece of my mind. I tried resisting, but I couldn't, in all honesty. Um, but yeah, I put him in his place, and that was pretty much that. And yeah, so as always, I want to hear from you guys down in the comments below. Hopefully, I've encouraged even one person. Especially, I'm imagining if someone is fresh out of a narc relationship dynamic or whatever it may be, family wise, so-called friendship wise, etc., like myself. I do hope I encouraged even one person. Hope I made you laugh with my experience that I shared, or with my experiences that I shared in this video. Comment down below how you have managed to handle flying monkeys, and all of that. You guys know I love talking with you all. And yeah, and that's pretty much all I've got for this video. I will be checking in with you guys again real soon. And that's pretty much, I believe, all I've got for this episode. So thank you so much for taking time out of your day to tune in. I appreciate you. And that's all I've got for now. My name is Adrena Monet, and I am signing off. Peace, peace.